What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me for this video. I'm really excited about this. I'm going to talk about the top 3 high-paying dividend stocks that you should invest in 2019. So let's get right into it. First one is AT&T. Ticker symbol is T. And the reason I think this is a solid buy for 2019 is because of the 5G revolution. I think there's going to be a lot of growth there in the cellular and phone space, and I think AT&T is in a good position to really profit from it. They've gotten beat up a lot lately, had some deals not go their way, some issues with the different marketing groups, so I think they're due for a turnaround. Little details about AT&T right now. They're trading at $29.95 as I record this video. They have a market cap of $217.9 billion, and they're currently paying a dividend of 6.81%. So crazy high dividend. Sometimes when you get up in that 7-8% range, if it's not a real estate investment trust or something like that, you can kind of get a little worried. Because typically that means the stock is struggling and sometimes they have to cut that dividend. AT&T, it's not the case though. They have a projected earnings this year of $168 billion, and just based on their current status, I mean, they're in a good spot. They haven't had as good of EPS lately as they would have wished, and sometimes have missed their earnings, but I think they're really poised and in a good position to really profit from the 5G growth along with all their other business units. They have a PE ratio of 5.82, really low, I think, but I mean, it's pretty typical for the cellular space. AT&T is much more than just a cellular company, though. It's important to point that out. They do a lot more with internet, with DirecTV, different things that they've bought, companies that they bought. So I think they're really in a good position to profit a lot from this 5G revolution. So AT&T is a big one. High paying dividend. I think they're going to do really well. Have an average analyst price target of $34. Not every analyst is big on them, but there's not too many dropping it below where it's currently at. So I think it's gotten beat up enough to where it's hit its bottom into a good spot to earn a really good dividend and see the stock value go up. Just to clarify, these are all dividend stocks that are paying 3% or more. Maybe when you watch this video, they'll be a little under 3%, but these 3 stocks all have great dividends. The next one is Qualcomm. So the reason I want to talk about Qualcomm, it's currently trading at $55.73. They've gotten killed because of Apple transitioning their phones to now their A12 Bionic chip, as well as kind of moving more into Intel with their previous generation phones. So they've gotten in a couple different lawsuits, and that's still waiting to get settled. But they've gotten beat up a ton because of this. And so that's why I think Qualcomm's at a good spot right now with the 5G, especially with everything moving to 5G. It's going to be a slower process than we anticipate or than we think. But I anticipate by the end of 2019, we'll be able to really see a ton of 5G movement, and that's when we're going to see these stocks really start to move. And Qualcomm's positioned in a great spot with their Snapdragon chip that's in the majority of Android phones today. They're really in a good position to profit significantly, and we're going to see that, and we're going to be able to profit from that, not only from their dividend, but also the stock price growth. A little more information on them. They currently have a market cap of $67.5 billion, and they just finished their Q4 2018, and for that year they did about, I want to say, $22 billion in revenue. Lost some money, so that may concern the dividend moving forward, but I think they're in a good spot to really start ramping up production and profits. So they have currently a dividend of 4.5% and an average analyst price target of $68.50. So really in a good position. I feel like Qualcomm is really poised for a lot of growth in 2019. So I think it's a good time to get in before it really starts to ramp up. So that's another one. The last one, my third key high-paying dividend stock, and this is the lowest paying out of this bunch, but I think it has the greatest potential in 2019, and that's Lam Research. ticker symbol LRCX. The stock price is currently trading at $146.80. They are linked to a lot of other chip companies because they're a chip manufacturing company, and it's caused their stock to really get beat up lately. They've gotten beat up from NVIDIA having poor earnings, Applied Materials having poor earnings and missing expectations, but they've clearly identified and outlined, hey, this is where we're going, this is what's happening currently in the market. We're going to see a slowdown, and then we're going to see a ramp back up. People aren't seeing the ramp back up as much as they anticipated. I think we'll see that next quarter. So that's what I think everyone should be looking towards is next quarter. They also have continuously hit exactly what they said they were going to hit, and so their forecasting has been really good, which is really important with a chip making company. We saw NVIDIA just forecast terribly this last quarter, and it killed them, dropped 18% roughly the next day. And I don't think that's going to happen from Lam Research. They have a great management team, so I think that's a great one to look at. And they're paying right around a 3% dividend right now. So high dividend, but really high potential. I'll give you some of these numbers. The PE ratio is 11.12. The average PE ratio in that chip space is right around 23 right now, so that's something to look at. Again, I said 3% dividend. They have a market cap of $22.78 billion, and then an average analyst price target of $197.26. Do I think it's going to end at that price at the end of 2019? I don't think so, but if we don't get in around this time or in the near future when the demand for those chips starts to ramp back up, then we're really going to see a huge growth in stock valuation of Lam Research. So I highly recommend getting into Lam Research as we go into 2019. AT&T, Qualcomm, ticker symbols TQCOM, and LRCX. I think those are my top 3 high-paying dividend stocks to invest in before 2019. So good luck, everyone. If you like this video, if you want to get more information on some of these companies, feel free to leave a comment, a like, send me a message. I'd love to see how I can help you guys really profit in this next year, especially when we're in uneasy waters, market's dropping, it's jumping. You don't know what it's going to do, so let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see in a personal message or a comment below. Thanks, guys.